Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about my 3-year anniversary with my boyfriend during quarantine. I am going to show you guys how I got this look. This is what I am wearing to our quarantined dinner tonight. So if you want to know how I got this look, as well as what we're eating, how we got to this point in our quarantine, anniversary dinner date and all of the tea, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tell you how we got to where we are now while I am applying my makeup. So I'm going on with my Hey Honey Good Morning Honey Silk Facial Serum. I like to use this in addition to other primers, honestly. I think it helps when I have like some healing blemishes like I do over here, just to keep everything smooth looking as a nice base for makeup underneath that. So, the day I'm filming this is Wesley and I's 3-year anniversary of dating, and we had originally planned to be away this weekend. We wanted to go to a place called Hocking Hills. They have cabins that you can rent, and it's not really like camping, okay? So they have these cabins, but I mean they have internet, they have cable, they usually have like a full kitchen, so it's very modern, very like woodsy, but not having to sleep in a sleeping bag type thing. So we had been there one time before, and we had really liked being in a cabin by the river and having a campfire at night and just getting to sit in the hot tub and relax and go hiking at Old Man's Cave, and those were just things we really enjoyed and wanted to do again. So I just started putting on my foundation, but realized I wanted to go in a little bit with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just in my areas where I have some fine lines here. I have a smile line that's deep on one side of my face and not the other. The key, I would say, with this primer is you want to press it into your pores. If you just swipe, it's not going to fill in anything, because the point of this, why it's called Poreless Putty Primer, is that you're supposed to be like filling in the face craters that you have. Maybe not that you have, but that I have, and I know like my family, like my brother, we get it, honestly. There's some big pores in our family. And then I also like to push a little up here just because I do have some fine lines starting around the eyes, just to try to fill those in a little bit, so when I put my foundation over it, you can't see it as much. And today I'm using the Tarte Face Tape. It's, I think, one of my most full coverage foundations that yet also looks skin-like and not too makeup-y on my skin. You really only, at least in my opinion, need one pump though. A little bit goes a long way, otherwise it gets cakey and you'll clog your pores. So back to the story here. We wanted to go to Hocking Hills about a month ago. When this stuff started going on, we're just kind of like, well, let's not schedule it. Let's like hold off. We'll see what's going on. We probably can get a late booking if we really need to. And now we're like, well, thank goodness we didn't go through the trouble of like booking and all that, because obviously all that stuff is closed. So we had to come up with plan B. I'm taking a little bit of my green color corrector just to cover some of this redness of this acne I have going on. So Wesley and I met for the first time at a restaurant. Of course, we went to a public place. I wasn't gonna, have stranger danger or anything like that when it was our first time meeting alone. So our first date was us going out to eat at this barbecue place locally. And of course the restaurants are still open for carryout. So we were like, oh, okay, well, we can't really go anywhere. We can't really do anything. But, let's try to make it kind of special for our anniversary, and we'll just order carry out from the place that we had our first date, That's still kind of romantic. So we're all ready to do that, and I'm filming this on a Wednesday. It's the day of my anniversary. And so we're all a go for that plan. And just like 2 or 3 days ago, the restaurant decided, I don't know if they're not doing well enough with business or what, but they're only going to go down to serving 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're like, well, crap. that put a damper on our plan B. I'm gonna do my brows now with the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in shade medium brown. So I called my mom and I'm like basically complaining to her about this, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I know it's out of our control, but like we can't do anything. We didn't like go shopping anywhere, obviously. Like, we didn't get each other gifts. We're not gonna go anywhere to like see a movie or go bowling or like do any activity. We can't go out to eat. Like, I know it's like first world problems, and really we should just be like, well, you have each other. That should be good. Like, you're both well and not ill, which, I mean, right now, obviously, that's what we should be grateful for most. So, I mean, this really isn't a big deal, but we're just like, okay, well, kind of bummed that we don't get to do anything or do something out of the ordinary to make anything special. So, as of this morning, I was like, okay, well, last time Wes went to the store, there honestly wasn't even a lot of meat, like fresh meats in the grocery store. It was pretty empty and barren. We didn't get a lot of stuff, but we did get some frozen chicken cordon bleu. So I was like, okay, well, that's probably about as like fancy or close to like a meal out as we're gonna get. So I was just planning on doing that. But then my dad called and was like, oh, your absentee ballot came in the mail, because I guess I had it mailed to my parents' address. They live like 5 minutes from me and not mine. And so he was like, I'm gonna bring it over in a bag and just like leave it for you, because we've been social distancing from each other as well. My brother lives with my parents and he's still been going into work, so he's been around people that could be potential exposure. So I don't really want to be around him just in case, you know, he doesn't want to spread anything to me, and then vice versa. While I'm working at home, for those of you that are new here, I am a teacher, so I'm doing the whole teaching remotely thing from home, but Wesley is an essential employee and he still has to go to work, so vice versa. I don't want to give my family anything that Wesley might bring home. That was the Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. By the way, I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Avon eyeshadow primer. So he was just like, you know, obviously he's not going to come in. We're maintaining 6 feet in the whole ordeal, but he was going to bring over my absentee ballot so that I could vote and mail it in. What I found, though, was that there was not just one bag with my mail in it that was brought over, but 2 bags. And in the second bag was a bunch of steaks. So apparently my family had these steaks in the freezer and decided that they were going to surprise Wes and I and be like, hey, you couldn't find the meat you wanted at the store. Your restaurant is not open on your anniversary, so you can have this steak dinner. And like, they even put like a bag of potatoes so we could do like russet potatoes with it, which was really nice. So as of now, I think our plan is to make steak and potatoes for our anniversary dinner. But that was the journey of how we got to this point. So yeah, I'm doing my makeup today the way Wesley likes it the most, not necessarily what I like. Going in with a little bit of my Coty Airspun powder just to set this in the places I get a little oily. Wesley does not really like a whole lot of bright colors on me. He really likes more demure eye looks specifically. He does like a bold lip though. He likes a red lip, but he really likes more natural eyes in the rest of the face. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm actually going to use bronzer as my eyeshadow here, and I'm going into the Physicians Formula Butter Collection by Casey Holmes. I have a video that I made exclusively about this collection. If you haven't seen that yet and you'd like to, I'll leave it in a link down below. I think you still can purchase this collection through Ulta. And I'm going to use the deep bronzer in this set as my eyeshadow. It's a perfect example of how you can repurpose items. If you don't want to spend a lot of money to have separate items for highlighter or for eyeshadow or bronzer or blush, you can use things as multi-purpose items. You can use blushes and bronzers as eyeshadows. You can use eyeshadows as lip toppers. You can use lipsticks as blushes. There's all kinds of things you can do to get the best bang for your buck, and it will look just fine. I'm gonna take a little bit of this to actually contour as well. I see now why it says deep bronzer. This is definitely darker than my natural skin tone, so we're gonna spend a little minute here blending. And just to keep it cohesive, I'm gonna use this same bronzer lightly as my actual bronzer on my cheeks as well, just lightly, because as I said, this is the deep shade of the bronzer. I'm gonna let the cheeks be a little shimmery as well. And so I'm gonna use the Cabana blush that is part of this same Physicians Formula and Casey Holmes collection. This is very pigmented as well, so you're just barely gonna wanna dip in if you are fair complected like I am. The smell of these, by the way, is amazing. Next, I'm gonna do just a little bit of eyeliner, black eyeliner. I'm not gonna wing it out. I'm just gonna do a little bit because I'm gonna put on false lashes and I wanna hide the lash band. It's the Ico London Black Magic Liquid Eyeliner and Wide Lash in Carbon Black. All right, next I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. This is in, I believe, 250, yes. First I'm gonna go a little on the inner corners just to give us a little pop here. Then I'm gonna go on the brow bone. Obviously the high points of the cheek, the nose. If you've been watching me for a while now, you know I don't like to do a stripe down the nose. I just like to do the bridge here and then the actual tiny little point. The Cupid's bow, and then I don't dip back in, but with any extra I like to do a little bit just right here on either side of my forehead and maybe the chin to use up any extra. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Essence Last Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. Just give my lashes a nice coat of black before we go with the falsies. While we're giving that a quick minute to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lip liner. This is the Ardell No Slip Liquid Lip Liner, and this is in shade Blindfold. Again, we're going for a little bit of a bold lip color today because I know that's what Wesley likes. All right, and I filled in the sides a little bit more the way I did. I'm trying a new technique I saw to make the outsides darker and leave the inside unlined so that when you layer on top of it, it kind of gives it a little bit of an ombre effect. We'll see how that works out. I'm gonna start prepping my lashes. These are the Ardell Professional Double Up Lashes in shade 208 Black. I'm going on with my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. I love this one with aloe. While we're waiting for the lashes to get a little tacky, I'm gonna go in with the Ulta Beauty Matte Makeup Setting Spray. And I'm gonna go in with my NYX sponge and just press in any spots that get a little spit-like on that particular formula. For whatever reason, that applicator nozzle likes to do that to me. I'm taking a pair of these Ulta Beauty lash tweezers now that the lashes have gotten a little more tacky. I'm gonna give them a little warm up around the band here, make sure they're ready to go. Grab them by the end of the lash, just fit them onto my eye here. I'll press them in with my natural lash here in a minute. I just wanna get them initially placed first. Now I'm just taking the tweezers to kind of sandwich both my natural lashes and the falsies together. Try to blend them. All right, and these are obviously more of a dramatic lash. I prefer more of a dramatic lash. If I'm gonna do lashes, I'm like, what's the point of putting them on if you can't tell I'm wearing them? That's just my personal philosophy. Wes might like a little more of a natural lash. I don't know, but hopefully he will like this just because I did go really sparse with the eyeshadow. All that's left to do is finish the lip. So I'm going in with the Juice Beauty Lip Crayon in Luminous. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see how going in with that dark liner first gave it kind of a two-toned effect, and it's a little bit more red in the middle than the outside. Okay, and this is the completed look, guys. I did also go ahead and straighten my hair. I just think it looks a little more sleek. I know it's pretty straight as it is, but it feels smoother, and I actually do think straightening it helps a little bit with a lot of the flyaways that I have. And I'm obviously just staying home, so I'm not doing anything too crazy outfit-wise. But I do really like this sweater because it has this little lace part here on my décolleté just to give me a little extra, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Even if you don't have a special occasion coming up in quarantine, you can still do this. It's pretty simple, but I think it still looks really nice if you're in Zoom meetings or doing anything that you just want to look a little extra, you know? But it's not all that difficult to do. I think it's really achievable by anyone. So I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing. I upload every Wednesday and Sunday. Thanks guys, and have a great rest of your day.